For the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy over there, Sean Belesian, in the house. What's up, friend?
You know, I feel sorry for you today.
Why is that?
I always think of you. I feel sorry for you today, and we'll say hi to everybody else. But the guys who are all in on college basketball all year, this has got to be a miserable day for you. Because now all of a sudden you just walked into a room with everybody in this room is an expert on the tournament now.
Oh, 100%. And Michigan fans are back.
I was waiting for that.
They never left.
Oh my God. Never left. I was waiting for that. No, but Neil, like, really and truly, you have been all in. Forget since November. You've been all in since October, okay? This is your life. It's not just Oakland. You're playing on a conference team, and then all of a sudden, on that magical Sunday in March, everybody and their brother becomes an expert.
No, it is true.
Man, that Tulane team, Justin and I, who 99 days out of 100.
Let's talk UC San Diego.
Right, Justin and I, who 99 days out of 100, are sitting breaking down KHL rosters. Are sitting here going, I don't know, that Green Wave team, they're I don't know the first fucking thing. I said it. I'll be the man. I don't know the first fucking thing, okay? So let's get that out of the way. Fox 2.
I called it, Fox 2, yep, shout out. I called it earlier this year. I've been on this. I'm going to stay by it. I called Miami last year to make the Final Four, and that came through. They look good for me. My team this year, I'm staying in the fucking swamp. Florida is going to make the Final Four or the championship. Or maybe win the whole thing. Florida is insane.
I have Florida.
Their defense, their guard play is next level.
Yeah,
next level.
I mean, and look, we'll get into all of it for sure, but it is good to be back. KG, what's really good?
You know
Michigan basketball,
really
right?
Good. You know what's really good. My boys is back. That's fine. You can't. You can
talk your shit. Talk your shit. He deserves it.
Go ahead, Neil. Get your shit off about the wrong fans that you're listening to.
Big Ten.
I was told they're a tough watch.
Yeah, well, they were for 2 weeks, and now they're not.
Big Ten tournament champions.
Guess what? Shit changes. This is a day-to-day process.
I just need to know where I should be at. That Sean, why are you laughing at me? Why are people going to give me a hard time in the chat?
That's why.
I don't know how to feel. I have to wait to see how I'm supposed to feel.
Why are you letting other people tell you how to feel? How do you feel, Neil?
Because it changes all the time.
This is we tried to tell casual Michigan fans that at the beginning of the year. That's what Dusty May is. That's where he lives. That's what happens. They're going to turn the ball over a lot. If they're not hitting threes, they're going to lose some stupid games ugly. But it's either you live or die by the three when you're a Michigan team. And that defense they played, first of all, congratulations to Michigan for winning the Big Ten.
Thank you, sir.
That's nothing to sneeze at. That was an important feat. We couldn't do it. We got bounced by Wisconsin. That first half of Michigan-Wisconsin might have been the ugliest half of basketball I've ever seen.
It was horrible.
And look, like, people aren't going to like it, but we're definitely going to get into it. And I'll tell you this. In the end, Michigan State's better off.
Yes.
They were better off.
They proved it.
Absolutely.
It's an extra day off, man.
Oh, you mean because they lost?
Because they lost, 100%.
I mean,
you are.
I'm not going to. I would rather win the tournament.
But that's the fan in you. I'm telling you the real-world application, the how it really is.
Yeah.
You would rather have a day off.
Here's
2 days off.
Here's the reality, though, and I think we're slowly getting into this. And I'm not one of those guys saying get away from Championship Sunday. I'm not. I know they are out there. I'm not one of them. Really, what this goes to show you is winning that conference tournament
thing.
Means nothing. It doesn't. Because this is where I'm going to get your back, KG. Okay. In my mind, Neil. In my mind, you get a boost from winning the conference championship.
You should.
Okay, Michigan should have, in my mind, gone up to a 4, right?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Nothing changed with Michigan State. They were locked in
They
as
were
a
a
2.
2 no matter what.
No matter.
nobody debated
so
that.
they could lose to Wisconsin. They could have beaten Wisconsin or whomever in the championship game last night. Nothing was going to change. So where it matters, Neil, is for a team like Oakland. The only way Oakland's going to get in is if they go and win that tournament. If they win the Horizon tournament, gosh damn it, they punch their ticket. That's awesome. You dance off the court, you know you're in. It doesn't change for Michigan. It doesn't change for Michigan State. You are not going to strengthen your case. All the conversations that take place on Sunday happen long before Michigan finished out Wisconsin. And so in that regard, in my mind, KG, I feel for you a little bit. I mean, again, is it, oh no, what are we going to do? We should have been a 4 instead of a 5. I'm not going there, but
I can explain it all for everybody, and I will.
I'd love to hear it.
And we'll get into it.
I will in about 8 minutes, and it's very easy.
But I was told the selection committee, they do this by the seat of their pants. They, line them up maybe on Friday, and then that following Sunday is when they come with the big.
KG, I'll lay it all down for everybody.
I was told. Please,
I'll lay it all down for everybody. Well,
Explain.
I have been, I think since the second I stepped on the scene here at Woodward, I tried to tell you guys how these things work. Sometimes you listen, sometimes you don't.
Okay. Well,
but I'll do it again.
My ears is perked up.
I'll do it again coming up in about 8 minutes.
5 is a little greasy. Like I said, if they're at 4, I'm not necessarily pleased, but I can't say nothing.
Then you agree with them being 5, and I'll explain it why.
Okay.
I'll explain why. And then you'll say, wow, Neil, you're right.
I don't say that too often, but lay it on me.
Okay.
Pause.
Well, hey, I was told that Michigan's tough to watch.
Damn, you can't say lay it on me no more. You can't say nothing.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Big Cuz, kiss the ring, little bros.
Damn, okay.
We got a ring too.
Yeah, they
Well,
do.
I see that. Banners fly forever. We got a ring and a banner too.
They do.
They won the Big Ten. What are we doing?
You all get a participation trophy, right? If we're gonna be.
I'm not here to crap on State today either, man.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst bits ever, and I would say it if the shoe was on the other foot. You want to win the regular season title, period. Okay? That doesn't mean that I'm dismissing the tournament champion. I'm not. You want to win the conference title. Come on, don't be stupid. And I've seen it go the other way, too. If Michigan State makes a run, and it's knock it off. Stop it. Are you kidding? Would you like to be known as the Big Ten champion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. It's so stupid. Would you like to win the conference tournament as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's such a stupid bit. Gosh, I'm sorry. Just drop it already.
Woodward Sports chat thread, and jump into there, by the way. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. Get your thoughts out there. Skydog722, never left, Neil. Don't talk stupid.
I've heard multiple Michigan fans to be like, first round exit for both tournaments. It was
Just the last couple weeks.
It was doom and gloom.
They haven't won a game since he signed the contract extension.
Yeah, I don't know about it. But once again, for 2 weeks, I can understand Michigan fan frustration.
And like I said, we knew, college basketball fans know what Dusty May is. They know that that's going to happen. It happens every year with all his teams. It's just, I don't know,
True.
Michigan fans
But it's new to us, man. We ain't been here in the last few
years.
Well,
that is true. Your coach was 3-17 in Big Ten play last year.
Exactly. And while
he was the Monty Williams of college basketball.
And nobody ever disrespected Dusty May, at least not the real fans. We didn't disrespect Dusty May for what he given us. Of course we're appreciative of, where he's brought this program, and now you look up, he's Big Ten tournament champions. We love that. But at the same time, for that stretch of basketball, it looked like they were falling off of a cliff. And I think the fans had a right to say something.
But I told you they're fine.
But that's fine. We don't know that. He could have easily went there and choked it off.
His resume said they're fine.
I get that. But it could have easily not happened in that way. And then you would have been looking like, oh, it's Michigan. So
we know. Now you guys are in.
Cool.
But if they lose to San Diego, do you want them fired?
No.
Okay.
Why would I want them fired?
Because I have to recheck with you guys all the time.
No, not
I
with
don't
me,
know
you
how
don't.
to feel.
Not with me, you don't.
Why are you laughing?
You need to get a new set of Michigan fans that you talk to.
I'm watching Justin. This is the game within the game. This is like Woodward behind the scene. I'm just watching Justin.
He is in the building.
We should have multiple cameras going on right now because as you're doing that, I'm watching Justin over there just going. with his Michigan shirt on. Look at he's got his Michigan. He's just sitting over there.
Did Western Michigan get in the tournament?
Shots
They did
fired.
not. Okay.
Shots fired.
Okay. Chase in the building. Chase, what's up, man? How was the weekend?
Great weekend. Shout out to my guy Bad Chad Decker. He's the main event at the Motor
Shout
City
out.
Soundboard this weekend, and ended up winning second round submission, rear naked choke, and then he ended up winning again the next day. Proposed to his now fiance. So congrats to Chad, not only winning his fight but securing the lady as well. Congrats, my guy. Hope you have a good one.
So it worked just like Vlad Golden, except he won that time.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
except he won right away.
Can I give a
Yeah,
shout out
just
while
like
you're-
Michigan, they almost got knocked the fuck out, but he's somehow found a way to come back. I'm just
I
saying.
got to give a shout out. So I went to the Wings game yesterday. I know we'll talk about
Yep.
that. Our old buddy, Woodward alum, a guy by the name of Joik Bell. I went to his restaurant Parlay yesterday. Great spot.
Yeah.
Great. Have you been there yet?
No, but I've heard great reviews about it.
Great spot. It was great to run into him again. He said shout out to everybody. Great spot down in Detroit. Neil, take the fam down there sometime. Joik's crew's outstanding. So I'm glad to hear he's doing so well. So many cool things about that place. It's
Yeah,
not
pull
your-
up.
I'm a food guy first, but that historic building in so many ways that they tied in the history of that building into that place. Great spot. So check out Parlay. Shout out to Joik.
Aaron to the Stone in the chat. Neil, Sean, I'm laid up with bruised ribs today. So incredibly painful. I can't think of a better remedy than you guys keeping me company. Appreciate your
Think
voice.
of NFL players that play through that shit.
That is just
That just play
It's
games with
wild.
bruised or
Can't-
broken ribs.
I say this all the time, and I can look to Justin because broken ribs, you just become accustomed to them in the game of hockey. There's nothing you can do. There's like Spenny, I don't know if you've ever busted any. There's nothing you can do. There's no remedy. There's nothing. I'm telling you, there's no remedy. You just, for a few days, you're going to deal with it. And you, I'll go to sleep. How? How do you go to sleep? I'm sorry, it's a miserable experience, Justin.
It's absolutely awful. And from experience, I played with a broken rib for 2 months, and it was absolutely brutal. Every single game, I'd have to numb my rib to be able to skate and play in the games, and then I'd go home, and I'd be in immense pain, and I could barely do anything. So it is brutal. So shout out to you. I hope you're feeling better and you get better soon.
Did you wear that Michigan hoodie when you were playing for Western Michigan?
Jeez,
No, I did not.
Did you wear the Michigan hoodie when you took the shot to numb your ribs to play for Western Michigan?
I mean, I might have been.
Okay.
Objection.
Objection.
Overrule.
Go Blue, go Western.
Yeah. Which one?
both.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay. Woodward Sports chat thread. Sound Kayak. As a Michigan fan, I have no issue with MSU's ranking. You shouldn't. They weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
They are the Big Ten champions.
I think Michigan
argue.
should be ranked higher. I think
Well,
that-
I'll address it.
I
Thank
think
you.
Wisconsin,
Okay. Even Sparties are saying
and Purdue being over Michigan is come on.
I'll
Even
explain it
Sparties
to
are
you
saying
all.
it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you all. This has happened to Oakland before in the past, so I'll talk you through it. All right, everybody, and we're going to talk tournament. Woodward Sports chat thread. Dexter James, a real question: when's the last time Auburn went far in March Madness tournament? LOL. Like a couple years ago, they went to the Final Four.
Yeah.
I was there in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Final Four in 2019, I think it was something like that. 2020, I can't
Yeah,
remember
Auburn's been
exactly.
pretty good for a little while now.
Auburn's been good ever
Right.
since Bruce Pearl stepped on the scene.
Bruce Pearl
really
wins.
weird.
The basketball and football don't correlate.
Yeah, it's really weird how that works out.
Bruce Pearl's great.
It's almost like Bruce Pearl's had success.
Yeah,
Really? Kinda-
and then like Rick Pitino,
Yeah. St. John's.
St.
watch
John-
out.
you know.
Really weird. Wow. Do you think there's a correlation?
it's wild. I know.
Yeah?
It's wild. I know. Will Wade, coach at LSU.
Wow.
FBI investigates him. Boom, he coaches McNeese State back to back in the tournament. They're
Goddamn
probably
right.
going to win. I'm taking them in my bracket. By the way.
Shaka Smart. Oh wait.
Wait, that's the other way.
Tom Benders, yeah.
I love coaches with smut on their name
Yeah.
too, because they always have success, bro.
They
It's
always win.
It's the best.
Always.
Like-
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. They always win.
Bruce Pearl wins a championship and he's in the Bayheim talk. Like
Million
that level
percent.
of
He's in
coach.
the Izzo talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
If you
win
want to
one
be real about it,
championship.
because there's levels to this. He is in the Izzo talk. He took Wisconsin, Milwaukee to the Sweet 16.
Crazy.
Everywhere he could. D2. Him and Camp used to coach against each other all the time at D2. Taking teams deep into the D2 tournament. He's a winner. His
is.
teams win. However he does it, he does it. So, again, let me see.
North
This one
Carolina
here.
should not get in, Dante. That was.
I'll explain it to you.
I mean, it's ticket sales, but
then you know.
Them getting in over Indiana's ticket sales too. Like them getting in over Indiana or West Virginia. If it was like, now I can understand West Virginia because that's not ticket sales. You know, those
that play-in game will have the highest play-in game ratings in its history.
But if it was Indiana, it would
no,
too.
it wouldn't.
So, but here's the difference, though.
It would if it were the 80s. Yeah,
Carolina is such a stronger brand now than
anyone here realizes.
Yeah, they really are. Indiana
absolutely.
Was.
They suck.
Indiana was.
Suck.
So
Absolutely.
They're
but
not a blue blood anymore.
If we're talking
still
brand, though, there's no comparison. I get what you're saying, 100%. But if we're talking exclusively brand, Carolina basketball and Indiana are two different places now. They are.
That's just recency bias, though, because
100%.
once again, Neil talk as if they aren't a blue blood.
Well, recency comes into play with all this, as we'll explain with Michigan.
It just does. There's no doubt. Yeah.
No doubt. All right, let's do it, everybody. FeldmanAuto.com. That is the move. Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. That is the move as well. The 2025 Silverado, $199 a month on a lease plus tax. Or, you want the SUV for the fam. Get that Equinox LT front-wheel drive. You can lease that for $249 per month plus tax as well. All you got to do is scan the QR code that's on the screen right there above my head. As a matter of fact, you guys know we've been out there multiple times. I bought a car from there. It's easy. That's the bottom line, guys. It's super easy to buy a car at Feldman Chevy in Novi. That's the secret. That's it. So scan the QR code on. You can start the buying process from your phone right now if you wanted to. FeldmanAuto.com. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule for Woodward Merch. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Get ready. Opening day is nearly here, which is amazing to believe, but we're almost here. Spencer Raxter putting on a show. Get geared up for it. Shop.woodwardsports.com. More on that, guys. Don't miss the 12 o'clock hour.
Third base Javi.
Third base Javi.
He's back.
I want a Javi is back shirt. I do.
We can make those.
I need that.
Javi don't need nobody to back him up.
The
He'll play
return
all
of El
162.
Mago, Neil.
At noon.
At noon, we ride.
And I know I told you guys I'll wait till the first day.
It ain't happening.
No, it's
We
today
knew it
at
was
noon.
a lie.
It's today at
Javi's
noon.
back.
Third base Javi, baby.
I
Let's go.
want Javi across
270.
the shirt and then just
I will
back
be
on the back. That's all I
JB
want.
Bickerstaff here at noon.
270, 25 bombs,
Spencer
80
guaranteed it.
plus RBIs.
110 and
guaranteed
52. That's
Holding
where I'm
down
at
that
right
four
now.
hole.
All right, everybody stop.
Gold glove defense at third base,
Holding
Neil.
down that four hole.
I saw it Thursday.
Neil, you
There's
said
no
you
way
need-
he's waiting.
You need a
There's
you need
no
a power
way
back
he's
that
waiting.
third base spot. Welcome back. Javi
Welcome
Baez.
back.
The return of El Mago.
I have because I haven't talked to you guys since that game.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
to see
we
you
have.
got
What
to-
I
you got to
saw,
witness greatness in
he
person.
made it. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see the air?
Nope,
No.
don't care. He's back.
He's playing third now. It's different.
New hip Javi.
I can't believe we're
That new hip gonna come in handy at third, man.
Facts. Hot
Can we
corner.
talk basketball, please?
Hot bat holding down the hot corner. Javi's back, baby.
It's gonna look. It's gonna be nuclear. Just so you guys know, it's gonna be nuclear. It will be JB Bickerstaff times 2.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Look at my eye. Do you think I'm fucking
Build
with
the
you? Look at my
statue.
eyes.
Cody Ingle says, build the statue.
Listen,
Look
it
at my
hasn't.
eyes.
I'm exhausted.
Look at me.
I'm exhausted. Right now, what is going on? Like honestly, I'm in a group text with the biggest group of slapdicks in the history of mankind, and every time they start going, all I do is, honest to God, like I did to you today, Neil, 110 and 52. That's my only response. I can't say anything. Like you're beaten down by it, so I just go, "Yep, 110 and 52," and then they'll start talking about somebody, and just like Spenny just did, I'll go Torque 31 bombs, 999 OPS.
Oh yeah, he's back too.
Yeah.
Look, I'll give this. The chat's in midseason form.
Yeah.
Tommy K, quickest tagger in the league.
Quickest
Goddamn
tagger
right.
in the league. That was the third.
I miss
Watch those
Javi the
pickbacks.
tagger.
Watch the pickbacks on third base. Riley
gonna
Green
be
and
nasty.
Javi.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're going to combine for the most assists in the MLB this year.
Oh, I can't wait for the
Riley
pickoff
Green
throws.
gunning him
No.
with Javi at third, cutting down people trying to stretch doubles to triples. Oh man, it's going to be electric.
Okay. March Madness, everybody.
Javi. Sorry.
Get your shit together, Sean, right now. All right, get it together. Be
Wait
a
for
pro.
the back picks on
Be a
third
pro.
base, Sean.
All right.
Wait for the back picks on third base.
Be a pro.
Nice.
The bad man's playing third. I don't like the bad man.
Okay.
How about Max
so,
Clark at center field? Let's go. Oh, dude, Dante, don't
All
get
the
me started.
diving plays at
don't
third
get me
base.
started. This is not even being, joking or facetious now. I could not be more in on a prospect than I am on Max Clark. I fucking love that kid, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
He's going to be a star. Not this year. He's not going to play this year, but
Woodward Sports Super Chat. Tev Sauce 2. I can't believe Mago, Torque, Mize are all looking so good. We are
Yeah,
so back.
The
Goddamn
return of
right.
the 1-1s. Neil, 1-1s and Javi. Make the shirt.
Turn of the Mac.
What if
Once
I
again.
told you the Detroit Tigers were coming into a very gettable MLB Central?
What if I told you?
Or AL Central, and you have a 1-1, a 1-1, and an MVP contender all returning to form?
Ooh, stop
What
it.
if I told you that?
Stop it.
You're feeding him, KG. Stop
I
it.
fucking love it.
Stop it.
We turned up over
You
here.
should see him in there.
We've got a world champion,
He's
Gold
like-
Glove,
I love
shortstop, playing third base, and 2 1-1s coming back.
You
Tell him
should.
how-
He is grandmama in there. He's
I
going,
am.
ooh, sweetie, I love it.
This is the-
It's just-
Javi doing all 162. He don't need backup. He don't need backup.
Yeah.
don't look at me. I'm on your side.
No, you started. No, you enabled it.
This
You
is the
didn't start it.
easiest
You
thing-
enabled it, and that's worse.
This is the easiest 3-leg parlay of all time. New hip Javi back to MVP contention. 1-1 Casey Mize, 1-1 Spencer Torkelson, both turning their careers completely around, leading the Tigers to the playoffs.
That 11 innings that he has thrown this, has been remarkable. I mean,
He's
11
been-
innings changes everything.
By
Spring
far and
training,
away
man.
the Cy Young of the spring league.
Easily.
And
Yeah.
like, we ain't
Easily.
even brought
I
up
don't think
That's the October Heisman
Yeah,
from
I don't
Michigan.
think-
Fruit League
it's-
Cy Young.
I don't think it's close.
Yeah,
We ain't even
really
talked
don't.
about Kenta yet.
yeah.
Gosh, I missed the September Heisman. Those
Just
were
wait
good
for it.
days. I'm not going to lie.
Great
Those were
Fruit League Cy Young Casey Mize.
Real quick, Javi watch.
We got to
I keep being told he's back, and yet I look, and there he is, one for his last 10,
Hey.
hitting 208.
But what was that one, Neil?
What was the one?
Yeah.
Bomb.
It was
Let me
a
see.
bomb.
No, it was a double.
It was a
I was
double.
there.
Gap, finding gaps.
I was there.
Finding gaps.
Well, Neil, it was spring training.
Yeah. The hips got to get warm. Wait until his hip gets warm.
You can't take all of your information in spring training, Neil.
We
Come on
need a
now.
Javi. We need a Javi shirt that says the hips don't lie.
Wait until
I'm on
just wait. These guys that are playing up in the AL. It takes a couple months into the season. Just wait till the hip gets warm, and then they'll be firing on.
I
us.
love the wait till the weather gets warm
Yeah,
is so
bro.
good.
Wait till
That's
his
such
hip warms up. We just need the backs and the hips to warm
Yes.
up a little bit.
Hips
Yeah.
Don't
Such a
Lie
good
needs to be
bit.
his walkout song. Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
Burn in the super chat. The roar of 25. Break out the bless you boys.
There we go.
Heck,
Yeah.
get out the forgotten bless you boys. Do it again. World Series bound and picking up steam. Burn
we
in the
go.
super chat.
Best time of the year.
Are you guys done?
They're so back, Neil.
Okay.
This Tigers team
Face
has
the
never
facts,
been
Neil.
more back.
Face the facts.
I'm thinking like a 2014-esque run.
You enabled it.
We have the same talent. I
You
mean,
did. You did
This
that.
is, I
Neil, if you
deal with
look at
this
the
all
rosters, the
day.
talent's
You
the
don't
same.
understand. Like I wish I could pull up some. You know what I do? I get so frustrated. I delete the text when they come in. When my buddies start going off about this team, I can't do it, Neil. I cannot. Like honestly, the spring training has become my mortal enemy. I'm not joking. And the stories that come out of it. And again, I know you guys, you're only getting the information that the team is feeding you, and the team is going to tell you constantly that everything is awesome, and you're going to sing the Legoland song the entire spring training. But my gosh, it's absurd.
Sean, look at me. All right?
It's me.
Look at me, Sean.
Right.
I think the most reasonable expectations for the Detroit Tigers in a 2-year stretch is, one, having the most miraculous run to make the playoffs in MLB history, and then right after that, after only adding an aging Gleyber Torres to your lineup, to be the most dominant team in the MLB the next year. I think that is just...
That's the arc.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I think so.
Y'all lucky we didn't get Bregman.
Yeah,
that would have been
exactly.
LeBron
Oh
and
my
Wade
gosh,
levels
yeah.
of talent at third
Okay,
base.
all right, enough.
Javier Bregman,
I think the defensive-
third base.
I think the defensive prowess in the infield would go down if we brought in Bregman.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be one of the best infields ever.
Ever.
Javi MVP. He's going to recapture that magic. I can't wait, man.
It's hard to argue, Neil.
The second coming of Javi.
So, Neil,
He
can you
died for our
explain the
sins.
whole
He's
50
returning.
thing to me, please? Please?
I think.
Let's do
truly
it this
think
way.
Javi Baez is the
We're going to
Messiah.
take the break early and try again. Okay?
Neil so bad.
We're going to try again.
I mean,
again. Neil so bad.
like I said, Neil, easiest 3 legs of a parlay you'll ever hit.
Right. You was
2
talking about that
1-1s
rookie parlay
coming
last
back
year.
and an MVP contender rounding back into form. Like, come on.
We failed you, the audience. A lot of you watch this show every single
guys are
day.
just-
And you want to come here. We want to talk March Madness. I want to. I want to talk about Michigan. I want to explain some things to Michigan fans and explain how the real world works. It's been a minute.
You know,
It's been a minute. Okay, so we have some things we have to sort out. Instead, I get the hips don't lie.
Yeah.
I get
I'm
3-leg
up to the hill,
parlays.
the
I get
hips
Javi
don't lie.
MVP contention.
Neil, this is just classic depressing Detroit sports talk radio. You gotta buy in with these guys.
Right, are you selling fear, Neil? I know you're not up there selling fear.
You are selling fear right now. Is
Yo,
this the
some bullshit.
flagship, Neil?
Right.
We're here for the fans.
Okay.
That's little Chris.
College basketball, everybody. The link to the Woodward Sports bracket is up there. This is the only bracket I'll be doing this year. I'm getting
Creams
in.
in your mouth a little bit.
So,
Javi Baez creams.
Are we done? Are you proud? A, are you proud of yourself? B,
Yes.
are we done?
Yes and no.
Neil, we thought we had to wait till Easter. The second coming of Javi's comes with the new hip. What
He
are
is
you
risen.
talking about?
He has. I'm in here crying, bro. It's beautiful.
He pushed the stone away and walked from the tomb with a new hip. Javi's back.
His hips have died. His hips have risen. His hips will rise again.
Yeah, right. He'll show you. He'll show all of you.
Burn in the super chat. License for foolery. This is apparently. We're so good. We might have 3 of the top players in the MVP
Exactly.
race.
And
Just
we
give
haven't-
us a World Series
And we
trophy
haven't even
now.
started talking about Tarek Skubal or Riley Green.
I think that they're going to level out a little bit. To be honest with you.
You know, Tarek Skubal was always supposed to be Casey Mize's number 2.
That's
I
a
think
fact.
that we're just seeing
We're gonna see it.
Torkelson was always supposed to be the hero to Riley Green. Like,
Outfield torque, new hip hop.
come on. Outfield torque is
Tell you.
crazy, dude. Imagine the aura when he drops his first can of
No,
corn pop.
no more sliders in the dirt, man.
No.
He has changed.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness. Basketball talk when we get back. I'll explain the
He is
Michigan
delivered.
5 seed. Planet Fitness.
I said I don't.
They delivered. Yeah, they delivered. I
don't
was
like
just there a
change-ups
couple hours ago.
anymore.
As a
I don't
matter
like
of
change-ups
fact,
anymore.
Planet Fitness is over 50 in the Metro Detroit location. There's one near you right now. Maybe you haven't followed through on that New Year's resolution. You can jump back into it, everybody.
not
The
bad,
Black
kid.
Card option is just $24.99 a month. It's less than $1 a day. It's the best gym in the gym game. I love it. I'll never be a member at another gym. I'm there in some fashion Monday through Friday, every single day, because that's how it works. Planet Fitness, everybody. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot on your way home and join there. Take that first step, guys. I'm telling you, it will change your life. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Javi forgave my sins.
From
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Woodward Sports is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get into our March Bracket Challenge, powered by Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold, hard cash. But it doesn't stop there. Second place gets a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Erie and golf. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at woodwardsportsbracket.com. That's woodwardsportsbracket.com. Then, after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance at $1,000 in cash money and more. Pick by mascot, choose by team colors, have your dog pick. No matter how you do it, go to woodwardsportsbracket.com right now and register. All powered by the best in the game, Chug and Nathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rolfe, our injury insider. Dr. Pierce, he will join us tomorrow. He lays his hands upon you, and then all is redeemed, everybody. No, I'm just kidding, but he can help you, the everyday average weekend warrior. His visit's powered by the Michigan Sports and Spine Center and MRI of Southfield. We talk sports injuries, but we also talk your everyday life as well. If you got that nagging injury that's been bothering you, keeping you out of doing the stuff you love to do, scan that QR code on the screen. Guys, you know him by now, man. You know what he's about. Dr. Pierce, our injury insider.
Bias be with you.
Yes.
And also with you.
And with your spirit.
Neil, we have some reading materials we'd like you to look at.
Do you have 10 minutes?
Yeah, right. We have some reading materials.
All right. We're going to try this again. College basketball, everyone. Woodward Sports Chat Thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Danny G. Dusty May turning the program around in 1 year with basically a brand new roster was nothing short of brilliant.
Very impressive. But he was
why is everyone acting like it didn't happen
he was
before
dead a month
this?
ago. Yeah, I mean,
that's my question.
They're a 20-plus win team. They've been good all year.
Like,
they just had a bad stretch.
Yeah.
Like everybody
at the wrong time.
Michigan State had a bad stretch too, and they lost 3 in a row after winning 13 or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's the way that it works. Devin, did Oakland get in, Neil? We lost in the semifinals in overtime of our conference tournament. So Robert Morris, as a matter of fact. They get Alabama. Good luck.
Good game. What was that, Monday?
Yeah.
Monday night? Yeah,
Yep.
Good game. Good game.
You raise me up so I can walk with Javi. You raise me up so I can swing out of the zone.
Shed 216. Caesar Sportsbook, Javi Baez MVP minus 270.
Yeah,
the streets watch Woodward.
That's a good value.
Vegas knows.
No, they certainly do know. Mike G, Michigan doubled up Oakland, by the way. I know when we put our bench in and Dusty left the starters in. I remember that. But he's got coach those with an agenda, and that was his agenda. Like
say now, relax.
No, but that's how it works.
No need to go back to that.
No, but that's the way that it works. I got no problem with that. Like, we have to take a look at what we have, and he's got to take a look at what he has. That's the way it goes. Yeah. All right. Look, here's a big story. Michigan wins the Big Ten tournament. They beat Wisconsin in a rock fight yesterday. And, again, congrats to Dusty May. Some of you tried to tell you this, that he is a good basketball coach. And they got the job done. So certainly props to them. Here's the deal. Everyone wants to talk about the NCAA tournament. I certainly do as well. What's the lead, Sean? The Michigan is the 5 seed. Is that the lead for everybody?
I think so. Michigan State's wasn't going to change. We all knew that.
They were a 2 locked in.
They were a 2 locked in.
Nobody's disputing that either.
Neil, honestly, for me, and I already knew the answer to this. Okay, I did. Whether people want to admit it or not, the conference or the playoff championship doesn't mean anything. It doesn't affect it. We've seen it year after year after year in the tournament, but. In theory, Neil, I think that was good enough to bump them up to a 4. Now, am I going to wail and cry over a 4 or a 5. Not so much. And I don't want to insinuate that KG is either, but you know what side of the fence Spenny sits on. You know what side of the fence I sit on. I agree with you. I thought you should have been bumped up to a 4. You weren't.
Yeah. Like I said, top 4 seed, we can't say anything. But 5 is that's a little bit beyond our stretch, especially when you have Purdue and Wisconsin above us. That's it's crazy
Purdue
work.
sucks.
I'm sorry.
All right. So here's the deal, everybody. Here's why it works like this. When Michigan, Buddy's Pizza always works.
I have ADD so badly today because of these guys singing hobby hymns. That's my safety right
Just
there.
Just imagine watching Javi hit a 2-run double in the gap when you got a Buddy's Pizza slice.
Neil, please talk. Neil, please.
Okay, I will. Woodward Sports chat thread. Skydog 722. Neil, Alabama 110. Robert Morris 61. I would take Robert Morris in 50. If you were offering it, I think I would take
50?
Robert Morris in 50.
Yeah.
Jawal, Michigan got robbed on seeding. Guys, here's how this stuff works, by the way, and I'm going to explain it to you. Was Michigan a 4? Probably they were. But a long time ago, and Oakland kind of fell victim to this, they reserved the right to change seeding by a seed line based on, quote, travel, which is a different way of lying to your face and telling you ticket sales. All right? So how it worked was this. They were a 4. The way the bracket, they had it set up, it worked better for them for ticket sales, to slide them down to a 5, to keep Michigan State in Cleveland for the afternoon session, which, by the way, there's 2 separate ticket sessions.
Yeah.
Michigan State's in the afternoon session, right? Is that they're a separate day session? Excuse me.
No, you good.
It's 2 separate sessions, 2 separate days. Is that the case, right? Mm-hmm. As far as the dates, because you have, I just want to make sure I got this right. You have Michigan State playing on the 21st, and you have Michigan playing, let me see here.
10 o'clock on Thursday.
10 o'clock on Thursday, right?
Yep.
That's the way that it is. So
both get the late night draw.
Late night draw, separate days.
Yep.
So there you go. 2 separate sessions, 2 separate ticket sales. And the NCAA's been doing this forever. We got a taste of it in Oakland in 2011 when we ended up playing Texas. When all of a sudden Texas, who 2 weeks before the tournament was the number 1 team in the nation, they were a 3, they bumped them down to a 4, and they popped up playing in Oklahoma City against us to protect travel. That was the words. Magically, the building was full of Texas fans.
Amazing. In Oklahoma City? Wow.
It was crazy how it works that way.
Concept.
So, guys, this is the way that it works. Michigan was a 4. They were bumped to a 5 because you guys would buy the tickets and go to Cleveland to a separate session that they would then have Michigan State buy the tickets and go to Cleveland. Am I making sense here?
Yeah, no.
That's what it's about. It's got nothing to do with what happened on the basketball floor. You can change that narrative, right? Because I'll do it as the NCAA did it. Well, yeah, you won the Big Ten tournament, but you're 3-3 in your last 6. Look at your recent run of form. You lost back-to-back home games. That's why you're on the 5 line. That's why you are. It's a run of form thing. You're 3-3 in your last 6. That's not why I'm doing it. It's convenient it worked out that way for me to say it because that's a basketball reason.
100%.
But the reason we're doing it is because you're going to buy session tickets and you're going to be there and you're going to sell the building out. And a different day, I get Michigan State fans to buy the tickets. Right?
Yeah. It all makes sense. Neil, I'm not taking nothing away from you. I'll give you what you want. You're correct in this aspect. But does that make it right? Even you said yourself that
predicated on more on that later.
I get that, but even if you just wanted to go off the basketball reason technically ain't good enough because it's supposed to be a whole body of work.
You're 3-3 in your last 6, KG. What's your recent run of form?
I understand, but allegedly
with 2 home losses,
this 2 weeks of struggling didn't matter. That's what I was told.
And Neil, that's always been my issue, and what you said is 100% on. Like I don't think you don't need me to tell you that. KG just did.
But does it make it right? It don't.
Again, I think this is the yearly conversation that happens, and it just so happens this year it was Michigan's turn. You're basically telling all of us that winning this conference tournament means nothing.
That is what they just
and
told
you.
That's what you're saying. It means nothing.
You're doing recency bias too. Yeah. And if that's the play, then just say that. But don't just come out here and try and parade us off as a 5 seed when we won the tournament.
Right.
And they were
the teams above us we've beaten.
KG, I'm giving you the basketball explanation.
No,
I'm giving it to you.
I get it, but
you're
to
3-3 in your last 6.
I
you
hear
have
that.
2 home losses, and you got murdered by Michigan State.
I hear that,
Murdered.
but to me, that basketball reason just ain't strong enough if you're taking the whole body into account, not just the last 2 weeks.
Well, recent run of form is what they go on. How do you look getting into it?
I think it's just crazy because Michigan not only won the Big Ten tournament, but they were higher in the Big Ten than
Big Ten
Purdue
play.
and Wisconsin.
And beat both of them.
Yeah, that I understand where it's like it's 100% about money. Like you said, they were a 4 seed, but because they wanted to keep them in the Midwest, they made them a 5. But still, they should.
That's the basketball rationale, but that is the why. Everybody,
it's amazing. And Neil, many years ago, I was doing MAC basketball, and I brought up Oakland as an example, and the Horizon League has to deal with this.
Purdue does.
The Mid-American Conference has to deal with this. Okay, do you know how many times? I mean, if you follow MAC basketball at all, okay, you get to the conference tournament, you could put 7 teams in a hat and pull one out and go, yep, this team's going to win. It's going to be Akron
and
this
everyone
year.
would say, okay.
Yeah, and everybody, okay. Like, honestly, any given year, and I can't tell you how many times there was a really good team that got beat in the second round. Maybe got beat in the conference championship game. The conference champion means everything to the Mid-American Conference. It means everything to the Horizon. You guys, you know what? And I know, KG, please get my... I'm not saying this because Michigan won. I'm not. It means nothing to the Big Ten.
Woodward Sports
it didn't
chat
benefit
thread.
you in any way.
Absolutely.
See, guys, and this is it. Woodward Sports chat thread. Chris, who is a valued member of this community.
Shout out.
Michigan is playing in Colorado,
Believer in
not
Javi.
Cleveland. No, their opening pod in the West region is in Cleveland.
Yeah.
This is a little trick that they slipped in about a decade ago where they put you in a pod that's part of a region, but the pod is not located in the region. And why would you do that? I
Pepe
wonder.
Sylvia, I got loads of Pepe. He's so conspiracy
Like
theory.
that's, I mean, it's so simple to figure out. This is the why, KG.
But once again, that doesn't make it okay, and you're pretty much
No,
telling
it
me-
absolutely is the reason they do
No,
this.
once again, not disputing that, but this is like the BCS era in college football. You're pretty much telling me that your selection committee ain't shit, and they gonna go off of whatever the last little shit was, and they gonna do what benefits them financially.
They are,
and I have no
100%.
problem with that. Just say that.
They're not. They'll never say that.
Yeah,
but that's 100%
that's
what it was.
That's weak, bro. I'm sorry, because the basketball reason don't hold up.
You know who would never
don't.
do something like this?
Javi buys.
Javi.
That's
I agree.
all. I have no other disputes with anything else you said. I just don't think the basketball reason is strong.
Yeah, and look, here's the deal too, and Purdue getting that 4 because there's always like one pod that's kind of like it's like the garbage can pod where you take all the ones that you take all the teams that kind of don't make sense for you to accommodate just in terms of travel, and Purdue got put in that one with Clemson and McNeese and High Point all playing in Providence. Like there's one cast off every year, one cast off pod. That's the way it works.
I'm hearing
I don't understand why everybody's so outraged about this.
I mean, but once again, for the basketball reasons,
There
it don't
is no
make sense.
basketball reason.
Yeah, but I'm saying it don't make sense. That's all we have to go off of. We don't.
No.
know the behind the
All
scenes
you have
shit.
to go off of is the money trail.
Yeah, but I'm saying the casual fan doesn't know that. So they look at the basketball reasons like, oh, we beat both of those teams on the road. At
But they have a
neutral site.
passable basketball reason. They do. It's passable.
Yeah,
3-3 in your
but-
last 6, lost 2 home games. You got murdered by Michigan State.
Passable, but literally
Twice.
2 state fans are telling you that's some bullshit.
Well,
Like,
the thing is, though, this is the old adage, it doesn't affect you until it affects you, right?
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of teams around the country that know what you found out yesterday.
Right,
That
right.
winning the conference tournament means nothing.
Yeah.
That's in the committee's eye.
Yeah.
It's still the conference tournament. I'm not I hope you know I'm not shitting on it. Every other Big Ten team wish they won that conference tournament. Every single one. And for anybody to say otherwise, you're lying through your teeth. But in terms of how it helps you in the tournament, Neil's right. It doesn't help you. That now you know. So hopefully we don't have to have this conversation.
If anything, it costs Michigan winning that thing because they played yesterday. They got to play again on Thursday. Right? They're playing Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday night, 10 o'clock.
I just have a hard time believing this argument would be brought up if it was any other team but Michigan.
It's
But-
exactly. It
I-
wouldn't.
See, and somebody said that in the chat. I can probably Skydog, I'm guessing. I don't know.
I'm just being real.
Neil is mad Michigan won. I was the
No,
one that told you about Dusty May
Yeah.
and that it's going to work
No,
there.
I don't think you mad, but I'm just saying
I'm
when
not
it
mad.
comes
No.
to Michigan, it just
You're right. It wouldn't be another team like that unless it was Michigan, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, those big brands, the national brands.
They would have done Michigan State the same way too. 100%.
No doubt in my mind.
Done it for
Yeah,
Michigan
No,
State.
no doubt in my mind.
If it's a
could you
brand
guys
that
roll out?
sells, if it's a brand that sells, the brands that it definitely makes them want to move you around to make the most money. And if this was, I don't know, like if it was Wisconsin or Iowa that it was in the same spot as Michigan, they would have been a 4 seed.
Spenny, I'll bet you anything to Neil's point that you probably would. If Michigan State went and won the conference tournament, I bet you we would hear a ton of people saying,
We should have been
We
the 1
probably
seed.
should have been a 1
and
seed.
rightfully so.
We probably should have been a 1
Rightfully
seed.
so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
But
here's
they
what
But you were never going to be.
it was never going to happen.
No.
Because they're putting you in Cleveland as a 2.
You got it.
Before this whole thing started,
Yeah.
you were already in Cleveland. You were already the 2.
Yes.
No matter what.
And
if
I
you
hear
lost
you.
in the first round, if you won the thing, it was not changing.
That's
And
how
yes,
they make the
everyone
most
will be
money.
standing here going, we're clearly a 1 seed. We won the Big Ten. We ran through the conference tournament. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
So why get mad about it?
I'm not. We're upset about it, but it's not like outrage or anything like that. But just going forward, once again, I just don't think it's right. That's
a
all.
Once you know the rules, life gets better, though. Like I'm not even being funny. Like I guess for years now, I've sat back and said it doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't. This week, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's nice. I mean, listen. Was I watching it yesterday? Absolutely. After the Wings game, I was dialed into that shit. But I also knew, poor Michigan fans, even if you won, which you eventually did, this wasn't going to help you.
Yeah.
Did I, even as I was watching it, think to myself, maybe they pop up to a 4 seed? I did. I'm guilty of it, and shame on me.
We saw it.
Well, they
happen.
were
We
better
saw it
team.
happen both ways.
Yeah,
both
in truth,
ways.
they probably are a 4 seed.
Yeah.
But the 4 seed wasn't playing in Cleveland in
No.
the night session on Thursday.
It wasn't happening.
We saw it happen both ways. We saw it happen with Michigan. They got knocked down a seed because they wanted them in Cleveland to make more money, and UNC got into the tournament because they want them in there to make more money. It happened both ways, and those are both national brands where their teams or their fans ride out. So, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's like same thing you guys said. No matter what Michigan State did this weekend, they would have been the 2 seed because they need them in Cleveland.
All right, more on this in a
And they're not
minute.
going to put them the 1 over Duke.
Where can you follow Woodward Sports on socials?
Everywhere on socials, but actually, I have to tell them about the best day of the fucking year. And it's coming up very soon. Opening day. The
Renaissance.
Make sure you guys
Spenny will be
tap
doing
in.
mass.
Every single year, opening day is done best in Grand Slam Fest with Woodward Sports. Detroit, get ready. Tigers opening day is here April 4th. Join Woodward Sports for the biggest and best party in Detroit, the Grand Slam Festival outdoor tent party at the Detroit Opera House. The broadcast is brought to you by Jars Cannabis, Mad Packs, and White Claw, where drinks will be flowing, smoke clouds will rise, and the party won't stop. WSN broadcasts go all day. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at GrandSlamDetroit.com. Woodward Sports opening day brought to you by Jars Cannabis, Mad Packs, and White Claw, and of course,
Hallelujah.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Hey, guess what you can do at Caesar Sportsbook? Get down for March Madness, everybody. That's right. Scan the QR code on the screen. Use a promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. That way, when you make your first bet,
way.
if you lose it, you get it back as a free bonus bet all the way up to $1,000. Hey, you think Dusty May is going to cash it all in? Take that $1,000, put it on Michigan. If it doesn't happen, guess what? You get the $1,000 back as a free bonus bet. You see what I'm saying, everybody? That's available to you with the Woodward Sports official sportsbook, Caesars Sportsbook. The app's clean. It's easy to use. It's not glitchy. All of that stuff, everybody. Again, they're the OGs of the sports betting game. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
You lift me up so I can walk with Harvey. You lift me up because it's the return of Harvey.
Praise Javier.
All right, we are back. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belesian in for DMAC KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. I'm trying to help everybody, trying to help the Michigan fans. Danny G, so the basketball doesn't matter. Why even play the games? LMFAO. Well, Danny G, the basketballs, it matters. You know.
Till it don't.
Till it doesn't.
Yeah, like.
And more on that in a minute, by the way.
Yeah, Danny, you're not wrong.
And once
like,
again,
seriously, you're not
telling
wrong.
You telling me that your selection committee ain't shit?
You're
That's
not.
fine.
He's not wrong.
No.
It's. I don't know. It's an eye opener.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another example of it with North Carolina in a minute. Your reactions to the NCAA tournament draw. What do you like? What don't you like? Dorian in the super chat. Guys, can I get a birthday shout out? It was on Friday. Also, I have an idea. Top five fat asses. Okay.
I'm with that.
Okay,
I'm
let's
with
go.
that. Hey,
down.
happy birthday though. Praise Javier.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Dorian.
Happy birthday, Dorian.
Praise
Appreciate you
Javier.
tapping
Javier.
into the show.
See, look what they're doing to me. I'm singing Ave Maria like Ave Baez.
Nabosha Nikolovsky in the chat.
Hell of a name.
6-3, including the tournament, Neil. Well, 3-3 in their last 6 with 2 home losses and a cook
Is it the
fest
whole season
by
or is
Michigan
it a 2-week
State.
season?
That's-
though?
Well,
I
tell
forgot
me
it
the
was
team.
a
Tell me the
2-week
team, and
season.
I'll tell you what matters.
You said what?
Tell me the team, and I'll tell you what matters.
All right, Wisconsin.
Like Wisconsin was another one that was kind of locked into where they were. Yeah. That whole middle chunk of the Big Ten is all pretty much the same.
Agreed.
Illinois, Wisconsin, Oregon, they're all pretty much the same. So you can kind of shuffle them up and down to wherever you need them to be. But I'll give you an example.
Did this happen in the SEC?
What's that?
Did this happen in the SEC?
100%.
With who?
100%. Let me see. I was going to give you the North Carolina thing next.
Okay, all right.
So let me give you this right now, and then
you.
I'll give you that. All right, the North Carolina thing. All right, because I see people saying they talk about run of form, and what's the other buzz term they use? Quad 1 wins.
Oh yeah, right.
Right? Quad 1 wins is their thing, which right in and of itself is kind of laughable because quad 1 games are something that's only afforded to the top third of college basketball. And they get them all because they play each other, i.e. the Power Fives, right? So, like, who's the mid-major darling right now? San Diego. UC San Diego's one of them right now. People are talking about, like, the spread's, 2.5?
Yeah.
They can't get quad 1 games because no one's going to play them, right? Like, they're not going to play them.
Fair.
So they don't get any. So they can't rise in your quad 1 wins thing. But North Carolina, I'll give it to you. Here's the deal. Here's the whipsaw, the anti-Michigan thing. So Carolina, who is 1-11 in quad 1 games, which are important.
Extremely.
Except,
Yeah, I guess not.
Except when you talk about Carolina, then it becomes strength of schedule. Carolina's strength of schedule. And that's what the committee sat there and talked about. Did you see their
did
strength
hear
of
it.
schedule?
Yeah.
They
said that a lot. It was so annoying.
Talk about Carolina.
Yeah, when they were talking about quad 1 wins the whole time, talking about SEC teams with quad 1 wins,
Right.
and then go to Carolina, so they have one of the toughest strength of schedule. What?
When you go to Ken Palm, the non-conference strength of schedule net rating, North Carolina leads the nation in it. They're a plus 13.34. They're one of the best in the nation.
Stupid statistics that are made up and mean nothing.
Well,
I'm so happy baseball's back.
Until it means something. Yeah. With North Carolina, who is on the bubble, who you have the rare opportunity to plug them into the play-in game in Dayton, which is like college basketball tournament New Year. People watch. You'll watch.
Yeah.
You'll watch.
Yeah.
You'll watch.
Damn right.
You'll watch, Sean. Sean, you going to watch North Carolina in the play-in game?
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying here?
I hear you.
That will be the highest rated play-in game ever. So all you have to do is just switch metrics. And guys, get ready for this because not next year college football playoff, but the year after, we're going to be sitting in these same chairs saying the same thing because
Top 5 hips. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But we're going to be saying the same thing, everybody.
I hear you.
Because in a team-by-team basis, because that's what's going to happen with the playoff. The SEC, and by the way, every one of you that's talking about the SEC, you don't even notice that it's happening with the Big Ten.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing for the Big Ten. They are.
In football,
it's going to be – no, they're doing it in basketball too.
Okay.
It's going to be written into the college football playoff that the SEC and the Big Ten get more teams in.
Yeah, they get 8 each.
Period.
It's going to happen.
Yep. They make no doubt about it.
Not next year, but the year after. They're hammering it out right now. They're going to get it in writing that they will each get 4 of the 18 teams. Each of them. This is how it goes. So don't get mad, guys. It's coming. I'm telling you it's coming, so don't get mad.
I just think 2 things can be true, and that says a lot about the selection committees in both sports. Like, I'm just
1,000%.
Yeah, that's all. That's it. That's all.
Spenny, can I tie this in? Let's go to the opposite side. 2021, and I'm asking you a serious question. Were you sweating in any way, shape, or form that Michigan State found a way to get in the tournament?
No.
They were 15-13.
No.
They were 9-11 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
There was no way.
Not a chance.
That they weren't getting in, Neil. Yeah. None. 0. And it was the fraudulent first 4, and they lost to a fraudulent UCLA team.
That's the best part. UCLA, Michigan State, first 4. Are you fucking kidding
Are you
me?
UCLA went to the Final 4.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, are you serious? There was no way that they weren't getting in. And so with that being said, you have North Carolina. Hey, if we were here, would I be enticed to go see North Carolina play? Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. And that's what people, forget the tons of Michigan fans are going to be trekking to Cleveland. The tons of Michigan State fans, there are people in the Cleveland area. They're sitting there. Cool, State's there.
Oh, for sure.
You want to go see Tom Izzo?
Absolutely.
Right? That's a father thing. I can't tell you how many times when my kid was growing up, I was like, I'm taking you to the game to see the Astros tonight. Well, why do I want to see the Astros? Roger Clemens on the mound.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's the kind of shit. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing.
And I'll say this. If you want to talk about the snubs, it's probably Boise State more than anybody else.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Look, net ranking of 43, and their problem, and this was talked about. I didn't hear the committee talk about this, but I heard the analysts, the pundits talk about it. Their problem, they lost to a Quad 4 team. They lost to Boston College in the title game of the Cayman Islands Classic back in November, where we played in that last year.
Yeah.
You play 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's not even real.
UNC has 2 Quad 4 losses this year.
Yeah, it's not even real.
But once again, you picking and choosing. You picking something
but
in
that
the
fits
first
the
3
narrative.
weeks of the season.
Exactly.
Michigan, you taking our last 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And once again, I'm not debating you. I'm just saying that don't make it okay.
You're
that
1,000%
don't make it right,
correct.
but that's fine.
That's what it is with all, especially with the new play-ins, with the first 4 games. Like, they pick and choose where they want people to go because of money. That's what it is. Everybody knows that's what it is.
Yeah.
The NCAA is one of the most corrupt.
If you follow the way college football goes too, do you know how many times they said one thing out of this side of their mouth?
Oh, yeah.
And then the other. Urban Meyer was classic because some of the arguments that I heard Urban Meyer make, first when he was at Utah, then when he was at Florida, then when he was at Ohio State, it was hysterical. Just absolutely fraudulent, but that politicking and stuff works, and it feeds into what the NC2A wants. Because, Neil, as you said, follow the dollar sign. So it isn't always about who's the most deserving team. That's just the reality of it, guys, and we all have to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we don't call it out.
Yeah, Michigan fans will get over it because we got to play who's in front of us regardless. But I'm just saying, just looking at this thing, it's kind of some bullshit.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Mark Laurent. Am I missing something? Michigan plays in Colorado, not Cleveland. Not at the start.
Yeah.
See, for real. And this is props to the NCAA and prop to the selection committee because no one knows.
Yeah, and the casual fan would not.
And I only know because I live it. That's
right.
my job. That's what I do. So it is wild, man. Mark, Neil, Michigan beat number 20, Purdue number 11, number 7. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to go to the game? Mark, are you going to the game? A lot of you are, and that's what matters.
Absolutely.
You can do that in a day. You can drive down, go to the game, and come back if you want. So people are going to go. Like, it's so easy. Skydog, UNC basketball equals Alabama football. It's all about the brand. Well, I mean, Alabama football and those half the national titles for a decade thing. Like, that kind of helps their brand, too.
Definitely helps.
Yeah. Steve O'Baby. Neil, you know what's funny? There was a lot of people complaining Michigan should have been the 1 seed, LOL. And yet you Michigan fans mock us, and Michigan State is the 2 seed.
Yeah,
Who said
nobody said
I don't know.
Nobody said Michigan.
Adie's
Not
411.
even Michigan fans.
Maybe 3 weeks ago they were in contention to be the 1 seed.
Right.
If they would have won the Big Ten, they would have been the 1 seed.
Yeah, but
Adie's 411. Michigan is playing in Denver. The regional championship is in Denver. Their pod in the West region is in Cleveland. I'm trying, guys. I'm in the streets, man.
Once again, the casual fan ain't gonna notice, so that's fine.
The hips don't lie.
We'll be good. We'll be good in a day or so.
Tell them about jars. You won't. Hey, you guys won't be good if you lose to UC San Diego.
We got there right. We won't. But we'll approach that when we come to
it. That spread smells weird, man.
It does. They setting us up. That's another reason why I ain't like to see. They kind of try to set us up.
You know what smells good is all of the product at Jars Cannabis, because they got top shelf, best quality imaginable when you're looking for cannabis. All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or simply just chilling, Jars Cannabis has you covered. Jars is the home to Michigan's largest lineup of recreational cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations are right here in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you are in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Go get some of that Darren McCarty pack. Trust me, you will not regret it. Jars Cannabis, go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can find your favorite product today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. You can come get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists and get the hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, or a hot towel treatment on top of that. Like I said, Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
All right, hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belesian, Ian Ford, D-Mac KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge, all of you. And jump into that chat, by the way. Woodward Sports chat thread. Thomas, Neil, yes, they do. ESPN has them playing against UC San Diego and Denver, Colorado. I can't help what ESPN does. I'm telling you where the game's going on at. Woodward Sports, Neil, should I not buy this ticket to Michigan playing in Ball Arena? If you think they're going to go to the regional championship, then you should. Because that's where you're going to play the region. You know, the Sweet 16, you know how they do the first weekend? And then if you get through that, then you got to go to the next place where the regional is. Sean, I'm trying to help the people.
I'm singing hobby songs in my head.
I'm
sorry. I wish I could help you right now.
It's so good.
He ruined me.
It's so
he
good.
ruined me. That man ruined me.
So I can walk with Javi. I just can't stop, man.
Praise Javier.
Praise Javier.
Okay, fair enough.
Father, the Son, and Javier abides.
Cody Engel, I'll ask this to KG. If Michigan is so good, who cares about the seed?
You shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not saying that.
So you won't talk about it. If UC San Diego wins, you won't talk about it.
I mean, this is only a 1 or 2 day story anyway.
And you know what it is? I hate to go back to the both things can be true. I was a little stumped that they got a 5 and they got the opponent that they got. Like, those two things didn't match up in my mind. But, Neil, it goes back to what you were saying. Which argument are you trying to make at this moment? Because then I can talk about quad wins. Then I can talk about your last 6. I can pick and choose which argument I want to make in that moment to defy what you're saying. I was surprised they got UC San Diego. I was.
I agree. People are talking about the bracket still.
Wait till you guys see this picture Chase sent me.
Oh, God.
You got it. Oh, you're getting it now?
I'm getting it now.
All right. I'll kill this time real quick. Neil, they're showing the game being in Denver. Guys, Houston is in the Midwest Regional, right? The number 1 seed of the Midwest Regional, which will be contested in Indianapolis, Indiana. They are playing their first round game in Wichita against SIU Edwardsville.
You raise me
trying to
up
help.
so I can walk with
The hips don't lie.
feet.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. We're going to talk Tiger baseball real quick, and I have to hijack the show.
112
wins.
Of
that, Speaking of that, I got to send something to you also. Spenny, I got an audio thing I got to do after the show too.
Sounds
so
good,
don't
brother.
run out of here before. It'll be quick. No, real quick. The upsets, right? Everybody loves the upsets.
Love them.
What do you guys got? What do you got, Sean?
You go first. I got one.
Alabama's going down the first round.
To Robert Morris?
Yeah.
No. Okay. I mean, I'll take it because that's more money for Oakland.
I'm telling you, I don't love Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe not the first round, but I think Alabama's going to lose early.
Maryland is suspect.
Who would they have to play after Robert Morris?
I was going to say that too, KG.
Yeah, Maryland is very suspect.
I think Oregon is suspect. I really
they
do.
are too.
I'm not so much thinking that Maryland's suspect. I like Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And I like Bryce Drew.
I can see Liberty being the sweet. Oh, look at 5-12 happened again. I think the other McNeese.
That is mine, Sean.
McNeese and Clemson, those are the two that jump to me.
I think McNeese is going to get in to the Sweet 16.
Listen.
I think McNeese can win 2 games. They got the setup. And we were talking about Alabama's pretty much protected because they got the winner of St. Mary's Vanderbilt.
I could see St. Mary's beating Alabama.
Not when they get loose.
I'm just telling you,
Not when they get loose, man.
They've been overrated this year.
That's another thing. You guys, don't think these guys don't know what they're doing, and they've done this. Like, there's a reason the 5-12 happens. Like there really is. I mean, the question is which one is it every year? But these guys know what they're doing.
Is that why Michigan fans are mad that they're a 5 seed?
Oh,
well, that's why I'm having putting it on wax right now.
That is.
I don't want to hear it.
The 5-12 is a thing.
Oh, it is. It's real.
It's absolutely
Michigan's
absolutely
lose.
real.
I'm not.
Well,
saying
it's a thing because the 12 is where usually the best mid-major ends
got
up.
it. I've seen
usually the best of them.
Dude, I told anybody the year with Wally Zerbiak in Miami. Okay, I was doing MAC games that year. That team was so legitimate. I told anybody to listen. They could go to the Sweet 16, and they went to the Sweet 16.
Right.
I came this close to going to the Elite 8, but it's 1,000% a real thing. And I look at both those games. I mean, you guys saw Oregon, right?
Right.
And McNeese, I'm glad to hear you say that, Neil. Now I don't feel like such an idiot.
No,
I think McNeese can beat Clemson.
I'm putting it on wax right now. The 5-12 that's going to happen is going to be Memphis. Memphis going down. I think Colorado State takes care of Memphis.
Oh, yeah, I could see that for sure.
Memphis getting a 5 seed is, I don't know if that's crazy. They've got a pretty good record, but their strength of schedule has to be bad, you know?
Where are they playing that game at?
That is in Raleigh. Yeah.
Oh, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Raleigh.
That's tough,
sorry.
though. Those Mountain West teams, man, when they got to come out to the East Coast.
Yeah,
it's a tough go for them. But no, McNeese State.
Oh, no, it's in Seattle. Sorry. It's in Seattle.
That changes.
Yeah.
That changes things for sure.
Raleigh's
McNeese State with the Clemson game, and then the winner of Purdue High Point, and it's Will Wade. And Will Wade is on the cusp of getting the South Carolina job, and they're going to pay him.
What are the other 5-12s?
They're going to pay him. So
yeah,
he's going to do it.
McNeese and Clemson. Yeah.
Oregon Liberty's out in Seattle.
Yeah.
Though. That's huge.
Oregon Liberty in Seattle. I don't think Oregon loses that one.
Yeah, neither do I. Now, when I see that, but It wouldn't shock me, honestly. And like you said, Neil, for those of us that have followed mid-majors in the past, you get the really good mid-majors at 12. Look out. Are you kidding? This is their life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I can't stress that enough. Like, hey, do you remember when we beat the 5th seed? Like, this is their
Oh, exactly.
99.9% of these guys aren't going anyplace. This means everything.
Everything.
Woodward Sports chat thread, David Buchanan, 5 minutes of greatness and a couple minutes of WTF basketball. I would assume you're talking about Michigan because that's a thing. But when you look at the construct of it all, Sean, the 12, as we said, that's where the best mid-major typically ends up right around there. And the 5s are the teams that are Power 5 teams that are good teams but are flawed to some degree.
Yeah.
And usually in this, when you lose, and you've heard me say this before, what you're good at is what gets you in. What you struggle at will get you out.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Michigan, when they lose, you're going to look at the turnover column, there's going to be 16 turnovers in there. 17 turnovers. Now the thing, I really like Michigan first glance in this game against UC San Diego. That UC San Diego is one of the worst rebounding teams in the nation. Michigan, look at what they did to Maryland. Because you'll tell me, well, Neil, they had a ton of turnovers in the Maryland game. Yeah, but they had like 18 offensive rebounds to 3.
They rebounded them by almost 30.
Yeah.
But
like 18
again,
offensive rebounds.
But that is kind of an anomaly for their season.
Yeah, during that 2-week stretch, they wasn't rebounded worth a damn.
We out-rebounded them.
Correct,
bad.
but they weren't playing UC San Diego either.
That is also true. You still have 2 7-footers.
You see what I'm saying?
You should win that battle.
If Golden doesn't go for 20 and 15, then you might be in trouble.
But UC San Diego can shoot the 3.
And that's a problem
like
for
that's,
Michigan. We have trouble covering the perimeter. We've been beaten that way.
So, there are some intricate storylines. I really like Michigan in that game because they can turn the ball over and still win that game, i.e. Maryland.
But they got offensively, they got to be clicking because if not, it's going to be.
But here's the other rub.
Yeah, they can't turn the ball over and not hit threes.
Yeah, that's it's
UC San Diego's in the top 5, I think, in the nation, turning people over. Like it's interesting. Like it's meaty by the stats, and I think that's why I think there's a little gap in that line. Like I think Michigan will win that one fairly comfortably. I'm not saying by 20.
It's only -2.5.
Yeah.
Said Robert Close.
I think that there's a gap in the analytics versus the reality.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because Michigan, if they got 18 offensive boards against Maryland, they'll be in the high teens against UC San Diego. They have to be.
And also, like, Georgia's beaten Gonzaga, right? Like, they're not Gonzaga this year.
They're
even still.
They're mega high rated though.
I know,
they're an
crazy.
analytic darling.
It's crazy.
I think that it's weird because they're what, a 9 seed?
Yeah, I think
they're like 11 in KenPom, like national rating.
They're 8, Georgia's 9.
I'll tell you what, and I don't know if you guys noticed
this. Is real geeky, by the way.
This bracket really lends itself to the SEC getting 3 teams to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, when I was looking at it, it's amazing how many different places. Like I could make the argument. Okay, Alabama, obviously. Florida, we already mentioned them. I have Florida in mind.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Would
it shock anybody if Tennessee
beat Houston?
Right.
It
would. So I mean, there's 3 right there, and we're not even counting Auburn now.
Yeah.
Like we're not even including Auburn in the conversation. Let's say, Spenny, for our benefit, Michigan State.
Yeah.
Another one more run from Tom Izzo. Well, then at that point in time, you have Tom Izzo and 3 SEC teams, and that, like, honestly, could you imagine 4 SEC teams there?
I absolutely.
It's not as far-fetched as you think.
No.
It is not that far-fetched to see Auburn, Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida.
Yeah,
I mean that's an SEC football fan's wet dream. It absolutely
I don't see
is.
Alabama, if they make it that far, beating Duke. I do not see that at all. I think this is the best Duke team in a while because I think Cooper Flagg's the best prospect.
Yeah, I was about to say, is Cooper Flag healthy?
Let's wait. Allegedly, he's playing on Friday. I'll believe it when I see it.
I think he just rolled his ankle. It's not like he broke anything. So
we don't know. We don't know.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Noah Messi. Look at how Michigan covered the perimeter against Wisconsin. We had way better open looks than them.
But it's got to be
there was
consistent.
still open looks.
It's got to be consistent because that's been their problem. At times they defend the perimeter well.
Yeah, and you can't judge anything based on what Wisconsin did.
Yeah, come on.
It's brutal. DNC, ENT, I'm on VCU, Vandy, Creighton, Utah State, and
always
Lipscomb.
rooting for Creighton, man.
Yeah. Is Dougie McBucky's dad still the coach there?
They're the 9-8. Does that really count as an upset?
No.
I mean,
no, but still, it's Creighton.
No, I do. I like Michigan, like betting wise, at that 2.5. I think that line's going to close. If you want Michigan, get them now.
Yeah,
I will tell you that. Like,
look out for Grand Canyon to beat Maryland, dude. I'm not.
Yeah, I told y'all. That's
I'm
my
not even
upset.
joking.
They don't rebound the basketball.
Maryland is very suspect.
Yeah.
They don't. And it's funny. I was telling you guys a story about the Oakland, Texas thing that year. Because, like I said, 2 weeks before the tournament, Texas was number 1 in the nation, and they bumped them down to a 4 seed, and we were the 13.
I love March, dude.
And the other 4-13 game, Louisville played Morehead State. They played in Denver, and Morehead State out-rebounded them by like 25 rebounds, and we were like 12th in the nation in rebounding that year. We had Keith Benson and Will Hudson, like we had dudes that played long pro careers. If we would have got that line, we would have been able to beat them. You'll never convince me otherwise of that.
Sometimes
But
that's the difference.
The styles make the fights,
They
man.
do.
No, it is.
They
It's
do.
great. I'm with you, man.
I
Like,
love March, dude. I love it.
It's so great.
It's back. You got better stories in it this year than in previous years.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's better.
Just
feel-good
don't-
stories.
I just love it, dude.
Yeah.
Just don't screw this up, NCAA.
They might.
And they're gonna.
They might.
You know they're gonna.
Yeah.
But they'll justify it in the end. That's what they do.
Well, no, real quick. I know we're like super late for the break. Here's how it'll work, Sean. You know how it'll work? It'll do the same thing that the play-in game did. They want a way to get more of the Power Fives in so they continue to grow their unit share. All right? Maybe on a financial explanation one day, we'll talk about the NCAA tournament and really how it works. But basically, you get about $300,000 for every win you get. So anyway, what they'll do is they'll approach the tournament expansion, and they'll promise the mid-majors more revenue, which is what they did with the play-in game. Because remember how it was all mid-majors in the play-in before? They did that so they could increase the revenue share for mid-majors, because Oakland did it the first year we went. We played Alabama A&M in the play-in game before we got North Carolina when they won the national title. But we won that game. We got a full share for winning. So we got a share for going. We got a share for winning. That play-in game, it counts the same as a regular game money-wise.
Oh, nice.
That's all they're going. But that's all they're going to do.
Yeah.
On this back end, they're going to expand it. They're going to give you another share, and they'll still try to manipulate it so the Power Five
tell you to shut up.
You guys, Neil can tell you this. I've been to 5, and I'm sorry, we're late. I've been to 5 Final Fours. If you want to see money, go to a Final Four. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
High Point plays Purdue.
It's serious.
People chasing it.
It is
the coach's hotel. People running after it. It's wild.
The corporate sponsorship, like the little like NC2A basketball land that it is unbelievable. There is money everywhere. So if you want to see what makes it, I mean, not that you need a reminder. Everybody, you're pretty educated. If you want to see what makes the ball bounce up and down, go to one of those Final Fours and you'll see with your own 2 eyes. It's incredible.
Real quick, smash the numbers. Michigan just won a championship belt, beat 3 teams that all got better seeds than them. Their resume is better than Wisconsin, Maryland, and Purdue. But smash the numbers. You know what the biggest thing on Michigan's resume is? Your fan base will all show out to Cleveland.
Yeah.
So you get to go to Cleveland, and that's where you fit as the 5. Or right there.
And
so
like going to Cleveland's nice, but like living in Cleveland sucks because you're still in Ohio. So if you want to buy a house in Michigan, where it could be a great place to live, just hit up Mark White and he can save you up to $5,000 of your closing costs. If you're buying or selling your home, Mark White should be your first choice. Visit him at markwhitesales.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White should be your first choice when you're looking to move to a new home.
Praise Javier.
Praise Javier.
More on that next.
Yes.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get into our March Bracket Challenge, powered by Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold hard cash. But it doesn't stop there. Second place gets a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Erie and golf. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at woodwardsportsbracket.com. That's woodwardsportsbracket.com. Then, after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance at $1,000 in cash, money, and more. Pick by mascot, choose by team colors, have your dog pick. No matter how you do it, go to woodwardsportsbracket.com right now and register. All powered by the best in the game, Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford, make sure you come down there and check out all the sales. Les Stanford has the best selection in Michigan, whether you're looking for a Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, whatever it is, Les Stanford has you covered. Get in there and check out Les Stanford today to see their massive inventory. Les Stanford, Buick, GMC, lesstanford.com.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Belishan in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge, all of you, and the Woodward Sports chat thread. DNC ENT, we're getting real analytical like it isn't March. None of that ish matters anymore. Well, here's the other thing, too, that nobody notices, and it's the real reason that March is magical, is the games are officiated straight up.
Yeah, because it's a one and done.
Oh,
when Oakland plays Kentucky, and we're I guess we're close to getting a game with Kentucky next year in the non-con. Our non-con next year is revenue based. I'll just say it like that.
I love
it. It is revenue based. I believe we have Houston, Purdue, we have Michigan State and Breslin.
Yeah.
We're talking to Kentucky, Texas.
Get that revenge.
Oh, yeah.
They want that revenge game.
Well, we're just taking the checks.
Yeah, you damn right.
We got to get the revenue, man. Got to get players.
Hey, Oakland is a brand.
Yeah.
No mistake.
But anyway, like when Oakland plays Kentucky, if we play them at Rupp Arena, when we walk in the door for warm-ups, fouls are already 6-1. Mm-hmm. It's just the way that it works. There's such volatility in the way college basketball games are. If you guys watch me do games, I tell you when it's coming.
Yeah.
Like, I do it that way. But that's the thing. It's called straight up.
Straight up.
And it's awesome. You don't see 28 free throws to 11. You just don't see it.
It is 100%. I saw it when I was doing Toledo. Neil, honestly, the one in Wisconsin was deplorable. I mean, it was next level. But even we went in there and beat Ohio State down in Columbus. And honest to God, it was really one of those games. I sounded like the whiny little bitch who said, yeah, not only did we beat Ohio State, but we beat the officials as well. I mean, that's real. No doubt about it. But when you've got all those eyes on, okay, and depending on what the regional coverage is, everybody's watching that game. It's on television. It's on CBS. It's on True TV. Absolutely, they are going to call that straight up. No doubt about it. No shenanigans.
No, it is, and it is. It is. That's the way that it's going to go down.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Will you please get to it already? Because now I'm done for the day. I am. I'm going to be singing Javi songs to my dogs when I get home. It's real.
Let's turn our books to Javier 9:16, Scripture 4,
A2KG.
verse 2.
Okay, Spenny, I'm sending you this in the Slack right now.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, to put it up there, because as you guys have done, we don't have time to get to it before the break, but I will give you this. There is some breaking news.
Oh, man.
There is some breaking news that is Tigers related, that is not related to Javi Baez. Tony Paul reporting. Kirk Gibson has announced he is leaving the broadcast booth. Gibby says, quote, although I may be leaving the booth, my connection with the Tigers remains strong. That's what Kirk Gibson
Love Kirk
said.
Gibson, man.
Shout out
Spartan
Gibby,
dog.
He's around town here.
Oh, yeah.
He comes to Lady Jane's here.
He comes to Lady Jane's every week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout
So-
out Gibby, man.
Shout out Gibby.
No doubt.
Great career.
One of the dogs. So,
Arguably Michigan State's best football player ever.
You have no idea how good he was.
I know.
Like, I'm serious.
But-
people don't know. He was that good. Yeah, you now imagine him. Remember him running the base paths?
Yeah.
Imagine him doing that on the football.
Oh, yeah, he's a tank, dude.
fucking beautiful.
I bet.
Really was.
Soccer night in Detroit. That sounds like a Dick Vitale schedule from the late 70s with Detroit Mercy. Greg Campy is a legend. Detroit City was a legend Saturday night, by the way. They're 2-0. They beat the defending champs at their place. I'm just saying. Saturday, 4 o'clock. Pull up. If you can't, watch it on TV. I'll be on the call for it this Saturday.
You got to hook me up, Neil. I'm trying to be at more games this year.
Let me know. Let me know the people.
Trevor know me when I come in. When I come in Keyword, he know what's up.
Yeah, pull up. No doubt. People still saying they're playing that game in Denver.
Yeah,
I can't help you guys anymore. We're done with that. Okay, let's do this. I want to get back on the clock. The Javi thing is next.
Yes.
The Javi thing is next. I sent you the tweet.
Delay the word of Lord.
It's time for Javi study. If you would just turn your books
to Corinthians.
Yeah.
Galatians 20:16.
And with your future auto purchases, by the way, go to FeldmanAuto.com. And don't forget about Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, because they're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They're the nation's #1 EV dealer. You want a new Silverado? Rack in the chat thread. He got a Silverado from Feldman. He can tell you. I don't know if he leased it for $199 a month plus tax. I don't know if he did that, what his move was, but his move was to get the Silverado, and the move was to get it from Feldman Chevrolet and Novi. They got the Equinox as well, $249 per month. If you want to lease it that way, scan the QR code on the screen. It is Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Sweet day. I hope one day.
Oh, hey, it's you again. Back at a Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network.
And Javi rose from the grave.
Neil Rule.
You don't question Javi. Javi's bringing you your blessing.
KG Spencer Raxter.
He's going to swing at the first pitch every time.
What have you done for Javi today?
It's not what Javi has done for you. It's what you have done for Javi.
And the offering plate to pay that $25 million a year is going around right now.
Just pay the money.
And that'll be little Chris with the basket.
Right.
With the rod on it.
We got to make that a meme. We got to make that a meme.
Swing hard, sweet Javi.
Oh, man.
You got to take the scene from
He'll have an extra long one that can reach across the church just so he doesn't miss any.
Don't ask no questions.
He'll be around District Detroit.
District Detroit.
I remember District Detroit.
The Archdiocese District
It's one of the most
Detroit.
beautiful models I've ever seen. It really was. It was really cool.
It had us all, Sean. It did.
Yeah.
Them blueprints.
Good time.
Blueprints be a motherfucker.
Oh, they're going to have multiple stores in there. It's going to be like a mall you can walk through during the day, even when the games aren't going on. You can just go and shop. No.
Dan Gilbert was like, psych.
All right.
Can I just find decent parking?
No.
I'd be happy with decent parking.
No, you got to park at MGM and walk for 20 minutes.
Right. For no reason.
Okay. There was some roster news for the Tigers. And I'm not saying that this means that this is going to happen, but it doesn't take it away either. So here's the deal. Evan Woodbury tweeted out, there's 10 presumably safe roster spots. Rogers, Dingler, Keith, Torres, Baez, McKinstry,
right.
Ibanez, Green, Perez, Carpenter.
Hallelujah.
The 5 guys in the mix for the final 3 spots: Sweeney, Torkelson, Malloy, Jamani Jones, Ryan, Kreidler.
I think it's going to be Torkelson, Malloy,
Yeah, it's
and
gotta be
Jamani
Malloy.
Jones.
Okay. With that being said, who wasn't on that list? The guy that's going to get sent down. Jace Young.
Jace Young, yeah, it was made official today that Jace Young and Gunther, I believe, were both optioned
Sean Gunther.
to AAA.
We're optioned to AAA. And Chase Young, I mean, you can't block him.
No.
All right.
Can't block him. Don't want to block him with Bregman, but we can block him with Javi.
Yeah. So you know what that tells me,
learn
Sean, and it's in play. And I promised you I wouldn't do this, but now it's getting real, and there's a chance of it. So here's the deal. I saw it with my own eyes on Thursday. Javi Baez, I was in attendance. I sat in the second row and saw it directly. Javi was playing third. They hit a ground ball to him. His feet were behind each other when he went to field it and committed an egregious error that I have not seen the likes of since my buddy was playing third at Liberty Park in the 1050 Beer League softball game. It was egregious, Sean. And the fact is this, you were 1 game away from the ALCS. And for me to be sitting here 2 weeks before opening day saying Javi Baez could be playing third every day for this team that was 1 game away from the ALCS, where the only roster addition I got from opening day last year to this year was Gleyber Torres. So it's a possibility it could happen. That Javi Baez could be your everyday third baseman is a joke. It's egregious. It's incredible to sit here and think about. And if this is even being discussed right now, then shame on the Tigers. Shame on the Tigers for being a game away from the ALCS. And we're talking about the possibility of Javi Baez playing third.
Heresy and slander.
It's the devil.
Yeah, get in there.
It's the devil.
See?
No, Sean, the devil.
You need to be baptized.
Sean.
It's Mama from the water boy.
The fact that this is even being discussed by people right now is egregious. It's malfeasance. It's all of it. And it's quite frankly insulting.
Neil,
let's cut the shit. It's insulting.
No, Neil, this is where we do, to use your quote, we do have to cut the shit. Because this was already an infield. If you had half a brain in your head, you were terrified of this infield. And now you're adding Javi Baez at third. And you know what I'm terrified of? They're going to give him every opportunity to fail. Not succeed, to fail. That's what I'm terrified of. And I'll say it again. I know it's not fun to do this. And I pray to God I'm wrong. I pray to God that you guys are mocking me for the rest of the season. This team screams step back. I'm sorry. They scream step back. Everything had to go right last year, guys. Everything. It really did. We had a supernatural starter in Tarek Skubal. We really did. He was a supernatural starter. We had a supernatural performer come out of the bullpen and pitch every single day, for goodness sakes. I mean, it really was. You had chaos. You had teams collapsing. You had the magic bat. You had all these things come together, and it was wonderful, and I'll cherish that memory forever. But now reality has to hit. I am terrified, you guys, terrified of this infield. And I'm not trying to be snobby baseball. God. I am not trying to be.
Praise Javier.
I am not trying to be snobby baseball guy. It's usually the snobby baseball guys that brings things like this up. You have to be terrified of what this infield looks like. This infield could be horrific from a fielding standpoint. Yes, Neil, horrific.
Sean,
horrific.
Sean, are we not made in Javier's image?
We are.
Sean,
Javier
that one was
doesn't
good.
commit
That
errors.
was really good.
We commit errors, as an imperfect people, but Javier doesn't commit errors.
Sean, it's not even the act of it. It's not. It's not him playing third. It's not. It's the fact that this is being considered. You were and I'm going to say
what else
this.
They gonna do?
I'm going to say this 1,000 times. Get somebody else, because the math And the stats say that literally anybody who's ever played baseball on a daily basis is better than him because he was the worst everyday player in baseball history last year. That's not Neil Rule's opinion. That is a universally held stat.
But, Neil, that was that shortstop.
You raise me up so
We are made in his image.
Listen, I fell in love with Bo Brisky last year. I mean, how could you not? Every time they went to that guy, every single day, the guy went out and did things. And Neil, this is the frustration that a lot of us have, and we are well within our right to say, how much does this ownership want to win? Because I keep hearing it. We keep hearing it. We've heard it for years. Well, wait till this is off the book, right? How many times Miguel Cabrera's contract was the ultimate anchor until it wasn't, until it became Javi's contract. And no, when we're in a position to compete, we're going to spend. And again, I'm not expecting you to go out and spend like the Dodgers do or the Yankees do or the Red Sox do. But how about not be where you're at? How about if you say something like, yeah, we're going to spend, and then, Neil, you know what it comes back to? You know as well as I do. You know what the response is going to be? It's almost like your responses that the NC2A are going to have, okay? Well, did you follow along with Bregman? Did you see what we offered Bregman? Okay,
Yeah, we offered
but you're
it.
not spending. That's an offer. It's not spending.
But they
There's
tried.
a big difference there. I'm sorry. So then what? So and Neil, the worst part is I think there are people that wonder aloud why there is the perception that it is. There really are. There are people that wonder aloud why there is the perception there is, and that's what boggles my mind, to be honest with you.
Neil, I got to give you this one. I'm sorry. DNCENT. Okay, Neil, give me the move. Give me a name.
Anyone else? No, but I'm being honest with you guys. Anyone else? Anyone. Literally anyone. That's the move.
Oh, look at that swing.
That's the move, guys. Literally anyone. Ryan Kreidler.
No.
No.
That's the, like not even
Trey
not
Sweeney.
Even joking. Not even joking. If you're trying to sell me Trey Sweeney, I could buy that. Ryan Kreidler sucks.
No,
dude.
he's horrible.
He's not worse than Javi
He
every
is.
day.
Because he doesn't play every day. If he did, he would be.
Well, we don't know that. You know what we do know about Javi?
He had a lower OPS
He's
than
the
Javi
worst.
in AAA.
He's the worst ever. He's the worst. Literally I'll try it. I'll try
Neil,
it.
what I'm hearing from you is there is only ascension coming.
Yeah.
New hip Javi has came into your life. Third base Javi.
It's okay, Neil. You need to be saved. It's all right.
Just accept the word laid by Javi.
And on the third base, he rose again.
And on the third
Oh
base,
my
he rose
God.
again. And we rejoice.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I'm catching the Holy Spirit. I ain't going to lie.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Shut up.
So, what do we got? McKinstry? What do we got? Seriously, McKinstry and Ibanez doing some platoon with Javi out there? Is that how we're going to work this out?
Javi has no backup as we currently speak. They might try out Zach McKinstry, but that's about it.
Who needs a backup when you're the best player in the league?
Hey, 162, he can do it all.
Yeah.
He can do it all.
Shut up.
DNC is killing me, dog. Okay, Neil, then you're out. You're either in or you're out.
On Javi?
Yeah. No, on the Tigers. Are you in or are you out?
With Javi at third base?
Are you in or are you out?
Well, give me, what's the terms? I'm going to watch. I guess I'm in because I'm going to watch every game because I watch every game.
Is Javi not a part of the Tigers?
For some reason, he is.
Okay, then with the
That I can't
Tigers,
figure
are
it
you
out.
in or are you out?
I'm always in because I'm always going to watch.
It don't sound like you in.
Well, that's funny. When the games are on, my TV will be on the game.
Can we put the terms down? Are the Tigers in the postseason or are they out? Is that do you want to do that?
Yeah, we can.
Out.
Right now, they're out.
I'm 50-50 on it.
They can make a wild card.
I don't think so. I think they'll be the third team in the Central this
That's
year.
me being optimistic, but I feel like they at least a wild card team. At least I hope they at least a wild card team.
Everybody tells me that Minnesota's good, so I guess I gotta believe that Minnesota's
That's
good.
really
But
literally.
Kansas City's got one of the best players in the world. Like,
All right, so I know I said this last month. I really, really like Pacoda. I think Pacoda's been pretty good. It was kind of alarming that they had the Tigers at 4th and 69 wins. That was kind of alarming to me. That put up a lot of red flags that I had already had there. You guys, again, I can't stress this enough. Can we all be adult and say last year was a near miracle? Can we do that? Do we expect that to happen again?
They need to. They're going to have to be carried by their pitching staff.
Yeah.
So even more, I'm all in on him being back than Javi Baez. Casey Mize winning 20 games this year for the Tigers is going to be extremely impressive.
I forgot.
The Tigers'
Sean
biggest
found the splitter. It's there.
This will go down as one of the greatest staffs in history. I mean, you might get 5 20-game winners.
You very well
might get 5
Very well
20-game
could.
Arguably best pitching staff in the league, but the problem is with run support. That was a big problem with them last year. They had enough technical talent to get where they needed to get to, but the run support was it was horrible. It was horrible.
I mean, every 5th day you've got
a win.
Tarek Skubal. That's a win every time. And now every 4th day you've got Casey Mize as well. That's going to be a win.
And with a splitter.
And Flaherty back in the mix.
And Flaherty back is huge. Being serious now, the pitching staff is still going to have to be the heart of this team, and the top of the rotation has the ability to do that, but Olsen and Flaherty have to stay healthy. That's something that they need to do. The 1, 2, 3 that you have with Skubal, Flaherty, Olsen is as good as anybody not named the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Right.
So you can go out there and you can pitch your
And
but
that's
you still need to fucking hit. And you can't have the worst defensive infield in the league, which on paper right now they do.
They are.
Pretty bad.
Oh, absolutely.
And at some point you are assuming you're getting Parker Meadows and Matt Vierling back.
Parker Meadows already out for opening day.
I can't stress this enough.
But
You guys so much went right with the pen last year. It did. So much
Yeah.
went. Bo Brisky, I joke, but I'm being serious. He was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, that was insane. You are not going to get that again. You're just not going to get it. The way everything came together, it was
this year.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It really was. It was near perfect, and they made that run. And I'm not saying that the bottom's going to drop out. I'm going to say again, I think
they got talent.
Pacoda's way low with 69 wins, way low. But
that's
I
crazy.
think the people that think that, Neil, tell me if this sounds familiar, the linear thinking, well, because we did this last year, we're going to do this year. I think you're going to be disappointed this year. I hope I'm wrong.
We all hope. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, on paper, I think the bullpen could be better this year. Are they going to perform out of their minds like they needed to at the end of the year last year? No, because you're not going to need them to. You're not going to need 2 bullpen days every week. So I think when, you got Brisky still, you've got Gunther still, you added Canley. I think adding Canley is a big part to it. Obviously, you've still got Holton. Foley, hopefully he can come back. There are rumblings about Alex Lang being back. I have a lot of faith in Will Vest. I think the way that Feder and Hinch are going to use this bullpen this year is going to be more of a chess piece than you're not going to need 2 bullpen days every week.
No, you're not.
Unless your starters get hurt again. But I have faith that Olsen will be able to play a majority of the season. I know me and Sean are both on the train of Flaherty's going to get traded again this year.
Which is crazy.
Firmly believe it.
I don't.
I firmly believe it.
I think they're going to do it again.
You know what we also have to remember, and I think we're all guilty of this. There is, and please take this in the context in which I'm saying it. Good Jack and bad Jack is a real thing. Okay?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It is absolutely a real thing. Okay? At the end of the year, when you look at his numbers, you're like, Jack Flaherty had a good year. But he's got a little bit of that Rick Porcello thing.
Yeah.
Where when he flames, man, he flames.
Yeah.
He flames. When he gets Storage, we were at the game. I remember he was on that roll when he first went to the Dodgers, and we went to Milwaukee. I don't know if you guys remember. My boys and I traveled to Milwaukee, and Jack was on the mound, and I think he gave up 6 in the first inning. And all these people in Milwaukee are going, oh my gosh, this guy's been so unbelievable. And I was like, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I know that routine. So, I mean, that's, and Spenny, to your point, that's when we're, all right, if we get that in a week, where let's say Skubal's even a mere mortal one day.
Yeah.
He's a mere mortal one day. But that happens to be bad Jack week. all of a sudden you're going, okay, are we gonna test that pen this week?
I also look if you get. I don't think Scooble's going to be immortal. No. I think Scooble's going to go out there and have another Cy Young season. This year.
I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not. No.
But even like you said, if something like that happens, you get a bad Jack day and Scooble gives up 3 runs or something like that. You got Jackson Job's going to be the same thing as Jack Flaherty this year. Like he's going to be a rookie pitcher. He's going to go out there. He's going to give up a lot of home runs. But he's also going to have games where he turns it on. He's throwing 99 and he's striking a bunch of dudes out.
But he can only throw about 150 innings.
But he can only throw about, and that's why you have Flaherty. Yeah. I have trust in, or that's why you have Olsen, who's going to stay healthy this year. Yeah. I have trust in Montero to be a spot start guy, not to give you 20, 25 wins or anything like that. But Montero looked good at spot starts.
Are we all forgetting about Kenta as well?
You've got Kenta.
He's back.
Can we start singing some songs about him now?
Realistically, Mize and Montero, I have more faith in than Kenta. You got the 3 mid-M's. Montero, Mize, Maeda. Who's going to be the guy that can give you some... Manny's not even in a mid-M.
The Baez, the Mize,
so.
And the Holy Kenta. Is it the Trinity this year?
Alex Cobb will be coming back at some point. That's another... You've got starter arms.
How can I forget?
And I'm not saying Alex Cobb is going to be a top... You don't need a top 3 guy. You've got your top 3 set.
He's a solid arm.
But the back end of your rotation...
He's a solid
You've got guys that you can move around. Like I said, the mid-M's with Maeda, Montero, and Mize. I think Mize will be the best out of the 3 of them.
They got talent, man. And I think A.J. Hinch learned some stuff last year, having to, play with the lineups in the face of injury. But hopefully we have a healthier season.
Yeah.
And, Neil, I give it to you. Much like you said last year, you are counting on a parlay of guys getting better. Like, that's just the reality. But you had him at 74 last year. I had him at 84. They finished with 86. I mean, it's possible. This team is talented. Yes, they have holes, but can they overcome these holes? Maybe. Can they make a move at the trade deadline? I hope so.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need to do something at third. You can't go the whole year like that.
And like I said, your top 3 is as solid as it gets when you look at your rotation. Your top 3 is as solid as it gets. I believe in Job and that 4th spot being something
I just
year.
hate...
And then you got the M's fighting for those last 2 spots.
I know, but Scooble's got to be perfect.
Yes.
You know what? Like, he's got to be perfect.
Absolutely.
He can't have a bad stretch.
That's where it comes to runs.
Well, yeah.
You're going to get the starts out of these guys.
The offense got to show up. You got the best pitching in the world. But like I said, the Tigers' biggest problem last year was run support. The pitching is going to be there. You have great arms in this.
Don't worry, the lineup's 100 times better this year. Well, seriously, we talked about this.
Bearded Gleyber Torres has aura.
I mean...
We talked about that. Okay, you know what? We hear another Kerry Carpenter.
Yeah,
it was. Come on,
he turned it on last year.
Right,
you got to hope he does the same thing again.
But he's got to hit the other side.
That's exactly it. People know I'm not pitching that guy. Why would I do that? Now people know. And now, okay, Torque's coming back. Don't worry about it.
He's back.
We talked about this, and this is a huge component in today's game. Where is the power going to come from? Seriously, where is who's going to hit 25? Oh, I'm sorry.
You're relying.
Go on. No, go right ahead.
Listen.
I walked right into it. So, hey, Spenny, who's going to hit 25 home runs this year?
Obviously, Javi Baez.
You guaranteed it.
No,
you guaranteed
it. Realistically, the power in this lineup is going to have to come from Carpenter and Green. You're going to need those guys to go out there and swing. But like I said, or like I was going to say, when I actually had the idea, it wasn't to go after Baez. But I think this season, and I hate to do this like this because it's a baseball season, it's 162 games. It depends on Spencer Torkelson. If Spencer Torkelson can be, I'm not saying MVP guy, but 250 with 25 bombs and 100-some RBIs and get, around a 700, 750 OPS.
I'll take 25 any day.
You'll make the playoffs.
I know because we're getting to the point too. Like Kerry's got to stay healthy for a year.
Yes, he does.
Riley Green's got to stay healthy for a year.
100%.
Like I want more.
No, you're not.
Is that okay for me to ask for more?
But if Spencer Torkelson could do that, they'll make the playoffs because he's exactly what they need as a right-handed power bat. If he can't, they probably won't because they don't have that.
I would take 25 out of him at this juncture any day of the week.
Man,
Are you kidding me?
I'd take 15 out of him at this point.
Right. Yeah.
I'd take him being on the Major League roster for the whole year.
There you go.
Jeez, Pete.
All right.
He's
and I'd take somebody's
roster.
pizza right now, too.
Yes, please.
Because it created the category for the original Detroit-style pizza. It's been serving it since 1946, everyone. 22 locations in Michigan. There's a Buddy's close to you. Buddy's the cornerstone of the city of Detroit. They've been here 79 years, a dedicated community partner. They have partnerships with the local organizations, the Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, Detroit Zoo, and more. And right now you can save 10% on your entire order. Use a promo code 10MEAL. You're going to buy it anyway. Why not get 10% off of it? 10MEAL. That's the promo code right now. Go find a location near you at buddiespizza.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get to our March Bracket Challenge powered by Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery.
Get in there. I'll beat you. Get in there.
If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold hard cash. Second place, a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at the Airy and golf. I'd rather win that. People love money, I guess. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can register now at woodwardsportsbracket.com. Come check it out and see if you have what it takes to win $1,000 in cold hard cash. Go to woodwardsportsbracket.com right now. All powered by the best in the game, Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Sean Beligian, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge, South Florida Lion, Michigan plays Colorado on Thursday. Sorry, fellas, it's been talked about. Dusty May's already commented on it. I made a mistake on that, by the way. There's only I kept looking down at Michigan State thinking that it was Michigan. So that's my bad. There's only one perfect person amongst us. Javi Baez.
Can we have a very quick conversation about Jace Young, though? Can we? And I'm serious when I say this.
Well, I don't want to block anyone.
Ha.
He's 24 years old. He's 24 years old.
It's 4A time, baby.
He was just optioned today.
Quad A, baby.
Do we drop it?
Yes.
Like, I'm serious.
You think it's dead?
Like, no, really, I'm serious. You're 24 years old. You aren't here yet. You haven't made this
Then when
team.
you going to get here?
You haven't made this team that is literally held the door open, put a fucking wedge underneath the door for you, and you haven't made this team.
Yeah. That was an Al Avila pick, right?
Yeah, but, okay, like, you guys, I'm serious. You're not a coochie cute prospect anymore.
Nope.
This is not like the 20, 21-year-old kids for the Red Wings, okay? This isn't even like some of the other guys this is a guy, much like so many prospects from this team over the last decade, that has been thrown in our face for years, has made top prospect lists for years. Shout out Matt Manning.
Shout out.
I think he might have the record. He might have been top prospects for, 4 or 5 years or something, okay?
Oh, yeah.
He's 24 now. Are we at the point where we have to say, it ain't going to happen?
The path isn't there anymore. And, all paths lead to different places, especially in the MLB. Everybody knows that. Just like everybody knows that the path to righteousness and freedom is paved by Javi Baez.
Praise Javier.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, am I surprised that Jace Young is not on this opening day roster when third base was wide open? No, because Javi Baez came in there and slammed the door shut.
Goddamn right.
No, but real hindsight.
Get your shit and get out of here.
But no, it is extremely disappointing that Jace Young is now in AAA officially it was there.
It was there.
Wide open.
They kept the
They
door
were
open.
begging for you.
They didn't even
do anything.
There was two guys that the Tigers wanted the most in free agency, or the Tigers fans, I'll say, wanted the most in free agency. Were both at third base in the past 2 years. That's being Chapman and now Bregman. Sorry, yeah. And now Bregman. They left it there. They said, no, we can't block him. We got to keep this guy, homegrown prospect. He's bunsed.
Yeah. We have to have that conversation that it's never going to happen.
Yeah, and they've had time to evaluate because he got some play last year. But I think it lends even more credence to what you're saying when you look at a guy like Kevin McGonigal, who was in the system already. He already looks miles better than Chase Young. And how you lead. But these are guys that can play third base.
Well, at what time are you no longer a prospect? Like, I'm not being funny.
He's not a prospect
He's not a prospect anymore.
He's a 4A player.
Take him off the list. Yeah. You know, that cute little list. Like, I'm glad that the Matt Manning stuff has started to subside. You still hear some whispers. Right. You know, and what's AJ supposed to say? What's AJ? The guy's a bum. He's down in Toledo. He's going to be buried down there.
He's a pro.
AJ's a pro. No disrespect to AJ in any way, shape, or form. But we're talking about a guy that this year, he turns 25 this year.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? You're not a prospect anymore, man.
Yeah.
No, sir. You're not a prospect anymore.
Once you're getting close to like having to buy your own insurance, you're not a prospect.
Yeah, you then become a bust.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jace Young will be here soon. I mean, we've dealt with that
since COVID.
Right. And guess what? He's now a 24 and a half year old guy who just got fucking optioned.
You guys want to talk about pure adrenaline, pure cocaine? Watching that game yesterday of the spring futures or whatever they call about it, the spring showcase. Max Clark, Bryce Rayner looks so good. McGonigal was out there doing.
Hopefully, he's here by the time he's 24.
Oh my goodness, I'm sure he will be. But
we don't
Bryce Rayner looks like a stud.
Yeah,
Max Clark. I already told you, I love Max Clark. I think he's going to be the center fielder of the future for the Tigers for sure. But it's just awesome stuff.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Sandy Dorton, when is the home opener? That will be April 4th, the Friday. It will be going on. Copacetic Sushi, I'm starting to be fluent in reading Sandy Dorton. Well, Copacetic, Sandy has some health issues that make it tough for her to type sometimes. But hey, go ahead, be a dick.
Yeah, Copacetic is used to reading the messages that underage people send him.
That's correct.
Allegedly.
So there's that out there as well.
Diddy.
Sandy, don't worry. I know what you're saying.
Right.
So fuck that guy. All right. Anyway, Woodward Sports chat thread, Hoof-Hearted. El Mago only gets $154,320.99 $154,320.99 per game. Seems cheap. DNC ENT, what? Neil admitting he was wrong? I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'm never not admitting.
Oh, JCJ, I could say pure cocaine, and that is pure cocaine. Loved that shit last night.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rogelio and the boy Chris Brown and the boys. I was watching their live broadcast of it, and I almost called that Rayner home run. He missed that by an inch. Dude, just great stuff.
Rogelio's outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
And a good human being.
Love Rogelio.
I mean, for Scott Harris's sake, these draft picks, like literally his tenure is riding on those three draft picks. Bryce Rayner, Kevin McGonigal, and my man Max Clark.
Yeah. And they're all looking pretty fucking good.
They have to work out, though, because if not, then what was all this waiting for? What was all this non-spending for?
And I'm telling you, when Max Clark walks up in the 2 spot at opening day next year to Lil Baby, Comerica Park's going to be on fire.
No, that's a
fact.
This kid's
got aura, man. Kid's got aura. He's got more aura than
What if Jace Young wants to bat second?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe Jace Young will block him.
I firmly believe that Daz Cameron will be patrolling for 15 years.
Could be.
The cavernous outfield at Comerica Park.
Very well could be.
Daz Cameron. Sean, before we get out of here, the Red Wings.
So
I know it was a schedule loss for Vegas. I know it was. The end of the road trip, what was it, 3 and 4 nights or something like that?
Same for the Pistons.
The morning start, like the morning body clock start time. Shout out, though, Peter Mrazek with the shutout, just like we all predicted.
You know what it comes down to is like, honestly, and again, this is what young teams do. It's so funny in this very division. 2 months ago, Montreal looked like they might not lose the rest of the season. Then they fell immediately down. There was no middle ground. They might not win the rest of the season. Now they're back to be. I watched in succession. I watched the Habs absolutely dominate the Florida Panthers Saturday night. where I was sitting there watching the game going, holy shit, is this real? Dominate them. And then conversely, the next day, I was at the game. I thought Detroit played wonderfully. Like, seriously, what I loved about the game was their defensive zone coverage. He just didn't give up a lot of grade A quality scoring chances. Yeah. And when they did, Mrazek was there. It keeps them alive. There's no doubt about that. Look, they're on life support. They are. And I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna say I told you so. Mm-hmm. That schedule is gonna be their undoing.
It's a bitch.
Mark my words.
They go out west again.
And we talked about it from the time of the Four Nations. Yeah. When you have a schedule that's at about a 600 clip afterwards, a young team isn't going to perform well with that. So this doesn't surprise me. But give them full marks. Spenny, I thought they were great yesterday. I enjoyed the game yesterday. I did.
Absolutely. You saw it, and like Marco Kasper, praise be to Kasper. Like, how long has this team been asking for a 2C to perform at the level?
Well, we have plenty of 2Cs.
Yeah, we got a lot of 2Cs, I guess. But I love Marco Kasper. I love how
Johansson's hands.
Yes.
You love to see that. You love to see that.
What if Kasper's your 3C?
Kasper, it's going to be Kasper Danielson next year probably. And then you look at what Lucas Raymond getting that goal was the best thing to come out of the weekend.
I was watching him, and it's so funny because a lot of times it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. And I hate to be that snob, but I was in a position where I was watching him. He does so many little things. He was active yesterday. Yeah. Not that anybody's worried. He's going to be fine.
He's going to be fine for sure. He was just snake bitten, though.
Yeah.
You go, what was it, 11 games without scoring a goal coming off of that first half of the season that he had where he was lighting it up. You hate to see that, but he got that one. That was a nice shot. He had another one that hit the crossbar, so it's good to see that. He needed that.
It's a good win, and again, I think you're in a position right now where you look at like where Rangers are, Boston, forget it. They're not going to where you look at Columbus, where you look at Montreal, it looks like Ottawa's kind of pulling away. I mean, who knows? They're down. Might be
so
coming.
Happy the Bruins are down.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to see how it happens.
I didn't even realize Pasta too. Pasta's the only one I like, and McAvoy, but
5 of the last 6 on the road.
Yeah. It's tough.
And then the 2 home in April. In April, 6 of the 9 games on the road, and the home games are against Carolina, Florida, and Dallas. And they're going out west. They're at Washington, then they're at Vegas, at Utah, at Colorado. 3 games in 4 nights.
If they get in, they earned it. But I'm sorry. I know I said it a month and a half ago. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that schedule is too big of a bitch. I really do.
They also have the national games. March 22nd, they'll be on ABC. And March 29th at Vegas on ABC. March 29th, the home game against Boston.
I think I know a guy that's going to be going to Montreal to see the Wings and the Habs play late in the season, too. I think I know a guy.
Tuesday, April 8th?
Yes. Oh. Is that what date it is? I had no idea. I think I know a guy that's going to be at that game.
Is it Habs, man?
That'll do it, everybody. For Sean Belize, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge. Thanks for watching, everybody. We back together Friday?
Bon après-midi.
Praise Javier.
Yes, absolutely.
That will conclude Javier's study for the day.
Nickel Package Friday and Bourbon Friday. Absolutely. All right, thanks for watching. Well, see you later.